Okay, Mike, well done today.
Thank you, Michael.
2023 winner of the Charleville Half Marathon.
Thanks, delighted to come down here. I ran a 10 mile there recently. It was the first long distance one since 2017, so I'm thinking of moving up in distance. And to make a debut for a half marathon, I didn't want it to be outside of Cork. And look, everyone knows Charleville. It's famous beyond Ireland, so it was only natural that I was going to build towards it. And look, I hope to run a lot of half marathons, but I wanted the debut one to be in Cork and to come down here. Look, I see everything you do for athletics. I see you in Cork, I see you organising, I see there's an open cross country that hopefully I might get to shortly. Fantastic work, Michael, and I'm a great admirer of yours with years. And as I say, to be able to come down to your half marathon and take part, make my debut, it's all the better. Thanks very much for everything. Thanks for the offer of accommodation last night as well. I know I didn't take it, but to be only an hour away and still told, look, there's a hotel room there for you if you want it. Charleville has everything. It's brilliant. Why would you travel? It's the one.
Yeah, and just on your preparation coming up to this, were you thinking of any particular pace, or what were you aiming for?
I suppose it was hard to judge with the conditions. I know I was 5 minute miling above in Cork, and I had a fast last mile. I think it was down at 4:43 or something. So look, I didn't know how I'd go because of the extra 3 miles today. I wanted to see how I'd go on the 10 the last day, and it felt good, which was 3 weeks ago. So I decided, look, Charleville is coming up, it's 3 weeks ahead, it's supposed to be good. Keep getting in the mileage. I think I did 112 miles in the week after Cork. Common denominator with the runners back in the 80s is high mileage. So look, that's the good thing about athletics, is you can keep changing and trying something different. I might have tried it before at 60 miles a week, and you don't want to do everything in one go because your career can be short, you can run out of ideas. I've never done the 80, 90, 100 miles a week, and I think now in my career that's what I'm going to start to try to do now and see is there improvement coming off of that. Like, my eyes were open probably earlier in the year. I got hamstring tendinopathy in the middle of November. I ran the Nationals because, look, it's Nationals, and then I took 2 weeks off, got back for 2 weeks on a treadmill. But January I started running 12 to 14 miles a day every day of the week. There was no speed session, so there was no need to take a rest day. Someone asked me, when are you going back racing? I said it'll be April. I've no sessions or nothing done. I went into Clyne, the same route I've been training on over the last couple of weeks, and did a 3x2 mile on a Tuesday, and they all came in around 10:08, 10:06. This was Tuesday. I said, God damn, I'm going to Killa on Sunday. We'll see how it goes. Ran 19:18 in Killa off high mileage. If I was doing speed sessions with 6 months, I wouldn't do 19:18, let alone just high mileage. So we'll see how it goes now, but it's working well. And look, I'll go on to the cross country now and see what the high mileage will do. Say, does it work much at the county seniors or the Munster seniors? I'll see. But
cross country
is the next. Yeah, I normally take a 2 week in the season break, but there was no need to take it this year. I missed a lot of time over the summer with sickness and injury and everything else. So I took 6 days off after the Clyne 5k, which was supposed to be in the middle of a 2 week break. And after 6 days, I went to a wedding in Canada, got running with running friends out there. I said, you know what, there's no need for I to take a 2 week break. So I ran high mileage, and I'm going to keep it going. And look, I'm 43 this month, so I'm not overly concerned about getting the peak right. If I'll peak for a race in January, great, it'll mean I had good races in December. You take a 2 week break in and you come again. I don't have to peak anymore for any particular race. Keep training hard, you'll hit your bout of fatigue, take a 2 weeks off, and I'm prepared to call that an in the season break, whether that be January, April, June, and start again. Just enjoy athletics.
Are you looking at any particular marathon, or are you...
If I was to move up to the marathon, possibly Rotterdam, to have a crack off Rotterdam. There is a slight itch in the back of the mind. Would you enter Dublin, pick a slow time and go around Dublin to get used to what it's like to run 26 miles and just cruise through the course, get to know? People are telling me, you know, when you come out of Phoenix Park? No, I don't. Do you know as you're coming up Chapel Is It? No, I don't. If you could go into Dublin with complete aspiration of doing nothing but a training run marathon, you'd learn how to run 26 miles and you'd get the feel for gels, marathon dates, so that then maybe possibly you could look forward to Rotterdam in April and say, right, that's my proper marathon. Whereas there's always going to be a worry if you decide to go straight to Rotterdam, it's a debut marathon, and you have to start down here before building up to here, maybe Rotterdam 12 months later. Possibly, it's not confirmed yet, but I will possibly consider the idea of doing a training run Dublin marathon to see just what a marathon is like.
It's a flat course like in Rotterdam as well?
Yeah, and I know friends of mine that have trained in Kenya, and one guy, he does particularly well in Rotterdam, and he says, they all go to London, I could go to London, but it's too warm by the time you get to London. He said, if you ever do a debut marathon, do it in Rotterdam. He said, I think it's the ideal course. So I've met a lot of people and asked a lot of people and contacted a lot of people about Rotterdam. They all seem to give Rotterdam the thumbs up. So that's just sticking out in my mind. I know you could go to Manchester or pick an Irish marathon, Limerick or Cork, but Cork is probably too difficult for a debut. I'd prefer to do Cork in another couple of years. like at my age now, if you're going to get PB marathons, you need to go to good courses, and I don't have the time to risk a Cork City marathon, whether it be on a warm day or a bad day or just the course itself. I have to go to the quicker courses now.
You're similar to a lot of athletes in that you want a quick course, a flat course where you can measure your effort
before your trajectory starts going that way. And there's 43 now, there can't be too many more that way. It's going to be a lot more that way.
Well, we leave you off, Mike.
Thank you, Michael, and thank you for everything, and your team out the road. Everything was absolutely fantastic.
See you back.
I'll be back next year, I promise.
Very good. Thanks, Mike.